Hey everyone, welcome back to the Lead Heart podcast. Now you may have noticed I've had a few weeks off from recording the podcast and I want to share with you why. So I actually have recorded some episodes and I've just not felt like they have been right. I've recorded one like maybe 2-3 times and I've been like, I'm just not 100% feeling this. I feel like I'm just putting it up for the sake to keep my streak going because we are at episode 25 recording this. This time last year, so last September, if you were to say that we've done a rebrand, we have a new project, we're doing podcasts, like we've got new direction in our life, we're passionate about coaching again, I would be like, no way. Because last September, I was so stuck. Like, I was enjoying working with the people I was working with, but something was just missing and I didn't know what it was. And I was happy in my life, I'm happy with my dog, or home where we live, I'm happy with my friends. My life is great, it's awesome, but there was just this part of me was like, is this it? Like, is there something, I feel like I could do more, I feel like I want to do something different. I just felt stuck and really frustrated and I was like, what is wrong with me? Because we are taught to like be happy and be grateful with everything we have, and I'm a very grateful person and I am grateful with everything we do have, but there's just this wee bit of me inside my heart and inside my gut that was like, but I feel like doing something different. And we shouldn't feel guilty for being great. We can still be grateful and be happy with everything that we have, but we can still look into something different. We can still think about doing something new. Like, I've been coaching for 8 years. It's okay for me to change direction. Some of us were like, oh God, I can't change my job, or I can't do something different, or I can't start playing an instrument at 30. It's like, you absolutely can. Like, we are so young. Like, things do not need to stay the same forever because we're grateful and because we're in everybody else's world happy and we've got everything that we wanted. You should not feel guilty to be exploring if there's something different and something more. You deserve more, and if there's something in you, you need to scratch that itch, because like me, if you kept depriving it and pushing it down, like I had this whole thought process of Lead Heart at the back of my head, and I think I spoke to Joe about it once and I kind of brought it up and had a little chat about it and we kind of shot it down and I didn't explore it more. And that's why I got to that September and I felt lost, stuck and frustrated because I'd shut down something that I wanted to do and I didn't believe I could do it, so I depressed that feeling, that itch, and that led into me feeling rubbish and crap and lost, rather than just starting to explore it. It doesn't mean you need to quit your job and you need to go and move away in the sun or you need to do something drastic, but you can just start scratching that itch and be like, right, okay, what's this little thing I can do? And I say to you guys all the time, like, start now, get perfect later. It's never going to be the perfect time, and it's never going to be plain smoothing, and it's never going to be easy. So when I can obviously came up with the whole ethos of Lead Heart, that was February, March, we straight away started this podcast. We're 25 episodes in. And I'm like, how did that happen? And of course, there's people out there that have done 250. There's people out there that have done 2,500. There's people out there who have done way more than me episodes. And that's cool. Like, that's great. That doesn't scare me. And that doesn't put me off, because we go with them. That's awesome. They're doing so good and they're showing up and they're doing their best. Like, I could be on none. You know, like, I could have been too scared to do this. And the time is going to pass either way, whether you do something you want to or not. And I just started and I thought I'll perfect it along the way, and I just wung it and I got to 24 episodes until I hit a block. And that's why you just need to start now, get perfect later. And that's why I've just spent these last 3 to 4 weeks of not doing an episode, because now I'm like, right, now I have done my 24 episodes. I've enjoyed it. You guys have been incredible. I've been getting lots of lovely messages from you guys, and it's just warming my heart to hear from every one of you, and that you've related to a single episode or you've done something from the episode and it's helped you. Like, it makes me feel so good, and I've got so much clarity with where I want to take it with events and stuff next year, whereas I didn't have that last year. Like, I didn't have that vision of where I could take my business, but now it's like, oh my god, like, there's so much opportunity and things I want to do, and I just want you guys to feel good and to take action and to realise you can do and achieve so much more than you believe. And that's why, like, I didn't know I was going to keep feeling like this. I wasn't sure, and I just scratched that itch and I rolled with it. I started and just made it up as I went along. I just, like I said to you guys before in podcasts, I was recording them on a Sunday night, lastminute.com, just to get one up. I was just kind of had an idea and I went with it, and I got some great guests in, and it's been good and it's been awesome. But now it's like, right, I loved that. That was great. But I need to reset, to go again, to be like, right, how can I make it better now? It's worked so far, it's got what I needed, and now it's like, right, what's the next chunky step? What's the next thing I need to do to make it better? So I've just kind of took the last few weeks to be like, right, I need to sit and dedicate time for this podcast now, because I can't just keep winging it. I can't keep like just going with the flow. Like, I need to kind of get structure with it. I need to have ideas for it. I need to have guests book in, and that takes time. And to do that outside of all my other work, it is hard, because the weeks go so bloody fast. You're like, God, how are we on Friday? How are we on Monday? Like, what is going on? We're in September. How did this happen? So I'm giving myself a huge high five, doing like 24 episodes, winging it, and it worked fabulous. But now it's like, right, now we need to reframe it. So I've sat down and I've dedicated one Wednesday of the week. Wednesday is podcast day, where I'm going to meet some of our future guests. I'm going to sit and plan episodes. I'm going to read books, because I can be someone that when I'm reading books and when I'm listening to podcasts and when I'm kind of doing work that is education based, I feel like I'm not doing anything. And I finish my day like, oh, it's been such an unproductive day and nothing's happened, I've not done anything. Whereas when I'm interacting with our members and I'm helping them and I'm writing programs, I feel like I've done work. So sometimes when I'm doing stuff like that, I don't feel like I'm working, and I feel bad and I feel guilt. But I sat down and I was like, but for this podcast to grow, I need to spend a full Wednesday like dedicating education to it, and see that all a part of the creative part of building the podcast and doing the podcast more to make it better, so that it helps everybody else out there even more. So now I've dedicated that time to it, and that slot time to it. And why does this matter to you guys? It's because you, like I've always said, we need to start now, perfect it later. So you might be wanting to lose body fat, get fitter, get healthier, whatever, and you're so busy, but you really want to achieve this goal. It's like, start it. Stop holding off. Because like me, we're in September. I just rolled with this in February. I got 24 episodes in from just doing a wee thing per week. That's the same as you. You doing one workout a day, or a week, sorry. You doing one workout a week is going to add up from now till Christmas. That's so many, I probably should have counted the weeks before I came on here, but that's so many weeks of you doing the work, you getting stronger, you getting fitter. It might only be 1 hour of the week, but it's still better than nothing, and you've started somewhere. And like me, you might just do 1, 2, 3, 4 workouts, okay, 4 weeks, and then you'll be like, right, I'm actually starting to feel stronger. I'm actually starting to feel fitter. I'm actually starting to enjoy this hour. That's what all our Lead Her members say. They're like, I'm actually really starting to enjoy my time in the gym. Like, I'm starting to see it as me time. Rather than like, before they started, it was like, oh, when the fuck am I going to do this workout? And how am I going to fit it in? And oh, I've got X, Y, Z to do. And you know, problem. Looking for problems, looking for obstacles. To doing a workout, even though you're busy, doing another one to then go, do you know what, I feel really good for that. I'm so happy I did that workout. So you need to start now, and then you'll start feeling the benefit later. Okay, it's like any other goal. If I want to learn how to play my guitar, the fucking first few lessons or first few hours I do of it are going to be crap, and I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Then one day it's going to be a tune, and I'll be like, oh my god, like, I'm learning that. So start somewhere. And the weeks are going to add up. Then you'll get that day where you're like, God, this is actually making me feel good. I'm actually starting to enjoy this. Or do you know what? You might be like, God, I'm not enjoying this. It's not for me. I could have got 5 episodes in of the podcast and gone, do you know what, actually, no one's talking to me. No one's messaging me. No one likes this. It's maybe not working. Maybe I should stop. But that could always be the case anyway. I could do 5 episodes and nobody listens anyway, and you still need to give it time. But that is just an example of how you can maybe go, do you know what, actually, I don't actually like being on camera, and I don't actually like having to put it on the app and having to put it on YouTube and having to do videos XYZ, and I don't enjoy that aspect of it. So sometimes, like, even if you roll with it and you go, do you know what, actually it's not for me, take ownership of that. At least you scratch that itch than going, oh, what if. Okay, so sometimes you need to do it when it is messy and when it's hard, because that's sometimes going to be the only way you're going to get better at it. It's just by starting to add it in. And once our members get to the stage where they're like, I'm starting to enjoy this time, they then want to work out more, and then they start to put their workouts on their diary first, before anything else. But when they started, they didn't do that. And that's how we build habits, that's how we create behaviours, that's how we get better at something, is just by starting with it. Start small, and those little things you do per week add up, and then it adds up into even more because you're enjoying it and you're feeling the benefit of it. and it's benefiting all these other aspects of life. Because you're working out, you've got more energy at work. Because you're working out, you've got more confidence. Because you're working out, you're having a better relationship with your partner because your confidence is growing. All these little things start to add up just from you starting when you're really busy and you've got a lot on. Same with any other goal, you're going to get better at it by just starting. But then you do get to a stage like me, where you are like, right, I am really enjoying this now. Now I need to sit down and reflect on how I can make it better. And that's when you might go, okay, I'm putting my gym workouts in first. It's going to be a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday, and nothing is getting in the way of those workouts because they're for me. They are me time. They are the times I'm going to play my guitar. They are the times I'm going to work on my CV. Those are the times that I am going to do that thing with my family, because we all want to do this thing in the house. You start spreading and making the time for it, and you perfect it. You might start then getting more interested in different workouts and building the knowledge and building the thing that you're trying to do by perfecting it more. Okay, so start now, get perfect later. And that's exactly what I'm doing just now. It's just taking that time to step back and go, right, here's the pros to doing it. I want to do more of it. This is the time I have. If I want this to get better, I now need to slot in the time for it. And that's what you guys need to do too. But it's just so hard at the beginning to get started, and you don't see the value in it, and you're scared to start because you feel so far away. All those people that have done all those other episodes, all those people that have done other posts, all those people who have been in the industry for 10, 12 years, and you're just starting out and you feel so far behind. But if you don't do nothing, you're still going to be behind. Yeah? I want to read this out to you. So this, if you're listening just now, bear with me. I'm just going to open my iPad. So this is a little quote that I've saved in a vision board when I was coming up with Lead Her. And I saved this quote. I really like it. You're watching an entire Netflix series even when the first few episodes are slow because someone told you it gets better. But what if you looked at your goals like that and you watched your life get better instead? And I was like, that podcast is going to be today on that, exactly that. Yeah? So that's the thing. You'll watch so many episodes of, on Netflix of this shitty programme. What's the one we watched lately? It's not shitty, it's still good. The cowboy one, Yellowstone. It's good, but it's just slow. It is so slow. And each episode I'm like, is something going to happen in this? And people keep telling you it's going to get better. So like I said to you earlier about that goal that you really want to achieve and you want to do, what if you just give yourself time? Give yourself 3 months. We're in September. September, October, November. Like, that's so much time. And we can hone into ourselves right now. Like, summer's calmed down, we've got more time, we've got, like, we can be selfish now, we can rein it in for you and the family, rein it in for you and your partner, and just be like, right, this is me, this is what I'm going to focus on for the next 3 months. Sit down, write that plan out for yourself, okay? And knowing that it's going to be a bit crap to start with, it's going to be hard to start with. Starting anything new, it's so hard at the beginning, and you just need to wing it, and you just need to show up and do the best you can, and then it will get better. You will get better at the thing, and life will get better from you getting better at the thing. And again, coming back to the very beginning of this podcast, when you feel lost and frustrated and fed up, you've got something inside you that you want to do, and you need to go out and scratch that itch, because once you start scratching it, you can be even more grateful for everything that you have. But sometimes when there's just something that you're not doing, that you want to explore and that you're interested in, you feel lost, you feel fed up, and it will add up and it will create more problems down the line. Okay? So think of how it's going to get better, how it could be better, not even in November, but even going into 2024. From you doing it now and not holding off till 2024 to do something, because there's only going to be more problems in 2024, and that little thing in you is going to be even deeper down and harder to find in 2024, and it's going to create more problems for you. And when you've got more problems, it's harder to get out of that dark place. Okay, so start exploring what that thing is. What is one little way you could do it per week? Let's just wing it, start it, do the best you can, just roll with it, because trust me, it will bloody get better. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys there. Thank you so much for listening today. Let me know if today has helped in any way and what you're maybe going to be working on, because I would love to hear from you. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll speak to you all very soon.